Hi everyone, this is Tope Fajimbisi Balogun. First of all, let me say Eid Mubarak to everyone who just completed the month of Ramadan. And for those of you who didn't fast with us, well, it's over and we're back eating food with you again. But congratulations to everyone who fasted. It was such a beautiful month. I pray that our expectations from God will be exceeded and that we will live to see many, many, many months of fasting. So it feels good to be back in regular schedule, and today I wanted to talk about something that really was on my mind during the month of Ramadan, something that I learned a lot. And the hashtag for this video is going to be just like that, and I'm linking this to prayers, obviously. So when you're praying and you're praying and you're praying for something and God just answered it just like that, just the way you said it, just exactly how you wanted it. Let me give you an example. So when I was writing my prayer list, because I can't concentrate. So I usually write down my prayers. So I was writing my prayer list for Ramadan, and I was on the plane from Nigeria back to the US. And I wrote in it and I said, God, now that I'm going back to the US, give me a 16 to 24-hour job, part-time finance work like I usually do when I'm in the US, and make it close to home and put baraka in it for me. I wrote this, and then by June 1st, I was, at work, and it was 24 hours a week, and it was, and it's an organization that I really like. It's part-time. It's exactly the pace I want, the kind of mission that I want. And God just answered it just like that, just the way I put it in my book. Another example of something that happened was, UKF, United for Kids Foundation. In case you don't know, that's one of the things I'm most passionate about. But we wanted to start, and we will start by the grace of God, a mobile library in Lagos, Nigeria. So watch out for that. That's coming soon. And so while we're planning this mobile library launch, we started looking for a van, and I wasn't really specific in terms of what kind of van was needed and what kind of van were we going to get. But I kept telling my staff in Nigeria, as well as people here, help us look for a van. We want to use a van to do a mobile library. We were just looking for a van. And it was just frustrating because people go to a papa, they will send something and I'll be like, oh, I don't like that. I will see things here on the internet. I don't like that. I didn't like anything. Then one day I said, I think the best kind of van will be a Ford Transit Connect. So I went on YouTube and I started, typing Ford Transit Connect for mobile libraries. And I saw communities in the US that were using Ford Transit Connects to do mobile library programs. And I just loved it. I sent it to my team in Nigeria, and, everybody loved it. And that day, it was a Friday, I immediately remember that I know somebody who auctions vehicles, and I called, or he goes to auction. So I called his wife. His wife said, oh, yes, my husband can help you. And in less than 24 hours, we were on the phone. He was sending me options. In about 48 hours, a van was bought, and at a very, 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 very amazing price. Like a third of the price that we were thinking that we were going to get the van for. Just like that, God did it. So what are the two things, and there are many stories like that, but what are the two things that I've learned from, these experiences and more? The first one is your prayers will be answered when you become specific. When you become specific as to what I want is this. And the reason why your prayers will be answered when you become specific is because at that moment, it is God who is telling you what to ask for. You've seen my videos. I've talked about this a lot when I was trying to get married again. And I said to God, I want a man who is 10 years older than me. I want a man who has 2 kids already. And I want a man who was previously married. And I got all of those, and a lot more. But that wasn't my idea. If you had asked me 2 weeks before I made those prayers, I would never have said those were my criteria. But when you start to pray and you start to really seek the audience of God, he will become the ears that you used to hear. He will become the eyes that you used to see, and he will inspire you and give you the wisdom and the strength to ask for something, and he will do it just like that, because it wasn't you who asked, it was he who inspired you to ask. Another thing I learned is to be calm when we're waiting. When you're in the waiting room, to be calm. I'm going to talk about this a lot in Sheo, Baltimore, by the grace of God. In fact, that is really what my talk is going to be about, to open Sheo, Baltimore, by the special grace of God on July 28th. but you have to be calm. It's like waiting at the bus stop. You know that the transport authority is going to send the bus, but you don't know when they're going to send the bus. Yoruba people say, "I masikolunda mweda." That is, it's not knowing the time that makes us worried. So you don't know the time when God is going to give you a husband. You don't know the time when He's going to answer your prayers for a child. You don't know when He's going to bring that job. You don't know when your bank situation is going to, improve. But you have to remain calm. You just must remain calm, because if you don't remain calm, God will not have the space to address you and tell you exactly what to, ask for, what your mind will start getting inclined towards. And even if He wants to tell you, your line will be engaged because you're just really busy and always flustered. This particular learning point is for me first and foremost, because I get really flustered when I want something. But I've learned now, and I'm hoping that this learning point stays with me, to be calm when I'm at the bus stop waiting for something. We're all reaching for something. We're all looking for something. And we just must learn to be calm so that God can inspire us with the right words and the right desire, so that we can ask and yearn for the thing that will be good for us. So I pray that this really, really helps you. If this video helped you, please make sure you share with your tribe. Once again, CEO Baltimore is coming. By the time we release the lineup of CEO Baltimore, you're going to wish that you didn't make another arrangement. If you are planning to be out of town on July 28th, come from everywhere. Wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the US, come to Baltimore. It's going to be at the University of Baltimore. I'm going to leave a link below this video, but if you go to ganiya.com, my website, you will see all the information. But please join us at CEO Baltimore. We're going to discuss everything from wealth that outlives us to healthcare issues. We really are getting scared with people just dropping dead. We need to talk about that as women. We're going to talk about love, intimacy, relationships, investments, career, making an impact at home and abroad. You don't want to miss this. I promise you don't want to miss it. So, once again, make sure you look out for the link below this video, ganiya.com, and get your tickets. Early bird tickets are on sale all through till the end of June. Once end of June hits, I promise we're going to release the lineup of speakers, and early bird tickets will be off. It will be off the table. So if you want to experience this, if you saw this snippet of CEO Lagos and you think this is the place where you can thrive, make sure you buy your ticket today and bring your tribe with you. Eagles must soar together. That's what we must do. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you share. This is Tope Fajingbesi Balogun, and Eid Mubarak to you once again. Bye-bye.